Oh, what a morning it is, because this morning our series The Dish shares the story of a diner and four friends trying to defy the odds, because hundreds of New York City diners have closed in recent years, victims of rising rents and the impossible math of trying to make a profit off of a 10-page menu and 24 hours of service. But in a spot where one of those diners closed, some high school buddies and a very talented chef have reimagined what a diner can be. And the result so far is a wild success. 80,000 customers in just 6 months, including big names like Paul Rudd, Dua Lipa, and me. Far from busy Manhattan, in a part of Brooklyn once known as America's first suburb, you'll find a diner fit for the old days. Except the guy whipping up your early bird special is one of the most talented young chefs in New York.
I think all of these things traditionally are done very fast, very cheaply, but if you take a little bit of time to consider the ingredients, slow down the cooking a little bit, I think it makes a big difference in the quality.
Diego Moya is not only fast, he's inventive. With dishes at the new Montague Diner in Brooklyn Heights that go way, way beyond 2 eggs, any style.
This is a pesto that's made from the ram tops and walnuts. Too much heat.
But besides the food, and trust me, much more on that in a moment, what really sets Montague Diner apart is the style.
The diner that was here previously was open for 40 years. I went here as a kid. I grew up around the corner, and it closed during the pandemic. So there was an opportunity to, make the dream come true here.
Henry Joost is a filmmaker by profession, the director of Catfish and 2 of the Paranormal Activity films. And he wasn't the only one with ties to film and media.
So we had a screenwriter, 2 directors, and a lawyer.
Yeah, walk into a bar.
walk into a diner and think, we're going to reopen this place.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
We kind of grew up hanging out at diners, and we were remembering these diners of our youth where you would go, sometimes you'd go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we just felt like that didn't really exist.
They did it with the help of yet another movie friend, who just happened to be the production designer of a certain Emmy-winning kitchen drama, The Bear.
Time to try the new sandwiches behind.
Sam Lysenko, he came in with a real production designer's eye and transformed this space into, I think, this kind of nostalgic thing that we all hold in our minds and our hearts when we think of diners.
So what's the goal from the moment a server comes out and says, "What do you have, hun?" to the moment the food's on the table? What's the goal time frame?
Very short. Ideally somewhere in the 10-minute range.
Wow.
Hot food, crispy fries, and happy people.
You should put that on the wall out there. Hot food, crispy fries, happy people.
As long as it gets a little bit of air and it flips, you're doing the right thing.
Ooh.
It's okay. One more.
All right, come on. Hey! A little bit there.
But while this ramp and crab meat garganelli is far from diner food, they also deliver the classics, with maybe a little more focus and a lot more flair.
The diner menu can be 10 pages long. We didn't want to do that. We wanted to just kind of keep it simple, stick to the classics for the most part. We also have a surprisingly great wine list, which you don't often find at a diner.
True. Milkshakes to wine.
Milkshakes to wine.
Speaking of milkshakes.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Look, it's still thick. Wow. This is the kind of thing I'd order and disappear in 30
good.
seconds.
So good.
And then there's a Greek omelet served with tater tots.
This is incredible. It's honestly like a lunchroom throwback, but this is so good.
A giant grilled cheese.
You know, they make smaller pieces of bread, Diego.
You gotta have a good grilled cheese.
This is dangerous. This is really good.
A lot of calories.
And of course, burgers.
This is our signature burger. Gently put it down. Perfect. And we'll just...
Oh, it's essentially like you're cooking it from both sides.
Exactly. So these are the buns.
Oh, look at that.
Now we get our bacon. What you would call like a special sauce.
All right, here we go. That's really good. Oh, fantastic. You know it's good.
I like a burger.
That's fantastic. That is just classically good.
With its unique mix of old and new, the Montague Diner is apparently what a whole lot of people are looking for.
What was it like for you to see this come into reality?
It's so satisfying. This is the place we wanted to create. You could come here for a breakfast meeting. You could bring your kids here for a snack after school. You could come back for date night at dinner, all on the same day.
So I think it's just like the food is varied. I think that the clientele is varied, and it makes it exciting because it's always different in here.
Ooh-wee, Tony.
Yummy.
Ooh-wee,
And a
Tony.
turkey burger to boot. I love it.
It's really good, and they have really interesting things on the menu as well. Like if you're in the mood for celebrating or it's late night, they have a champagne French fry combo on the menu.
Nice,
Yeah,
I like that.
It works. It works. And the other thing that's cool is it's very community kind of homey. So they have house accounts. So you can, like send your kids in after school and they can just put
Love
it in.
that.
Yeah.
You know, it's perfect because it's this hybrid between comfort food and elevated dining.
Yes.
And it seems like they just have struck gold.
They really have.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
I like
delicious.
that.
I can't wait to
You
go try it.
I like watching you eat too, Tony. There's a
Yeah,
certain plum about
I
it.
get a little bit lost in it.
You did. Yes, you did.
Oh, man.